Yeah, thank you. Here you go.
Thank you, Ezra.
Yeah.
So I'll go first. My name is JD. I use they, them, and turtle for pronouns. And the worst nickname I've ever been called is Chubby Cheeks. And I could not get away from it as a kid. Even into my teen years, I was Chubby Cheeks.
Mm.
And Molly, would you like to go next?
Sure. I'm Molly Griggs, she, her pronouns. And for years in elementary school, I was called Polly Pigs because I was a chunky little girl. So Polly Pigs was my nickname.
How about you, Michelle?
Oh, so many. I think the one that stuck the most is Jolly Red Giant because big red hair, really tall. So
Oh.
Luke, we're doing introductions of name, pronouns, and the worst nickname people called you.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, Luke Walters, also known as Luke A. Shooting Star. He, him. Actually, yeah, I guess he, him, his today. And guess Luke Puke probably most horrible teasing name. There was a Garbage Pail Kids card that was Luke Puke. Anybody remembers those? That's it for today for me. Anybody haven't checked in yet?
Me. So my name is Walida. I go by she, her, and Queen. And that is so funny, Luke, that you said the garbage pail kid, because that was like one of mine. I was a garbage pail kid. My sisters and my brothers used to call me that. But mine was Shirley Temple Black because I was a pageant kid and I used to have really super curly red hair and they are really laughing right now because I'm using my name. And I used to think I was Shirley Temple with my tap shoes, and my mother used to display me everywhere. So Shirley Temple Black. I just knew I was going to be the next Shirley Temple.
Isra, would you like to share?
Yeah, Isra Hayani, she, her. I don't remember I have a bad nickname. This is not allowed in our culture. Even boys do that, especially boys against girls, because girls, most of girls in my country was nice, and if we say something bad, we gonna get a very, very bad punishment. So I don't remember any of my sisters, my younger brother, like called me. All of them always called me Essu and Serru, just like short my name Isra. So most of them call when they want me to do something, they called, hey Essu, go do this, do that. Hey Serru. So I don't remember anything bad about, and I did the same. I don't have anything in my memory that I like said something like nickname or whatever. It's like bad for any kids around me. So I don't know. Yeah.
I really appreciate that. That's a different look on culture that I didn't expect, and I got to learn something. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, and when you're ready, would you please pull up the previous agenda?
Let me find it. I have issue with my screens. I lost one of them, and the second one is not working efficiently, but I'll do my best. Okay, let's see this one. Okay.
I'm grateful today for my second screen because my laptop screen has decided to be black.
Oh my God.
Like,
Oh my God, that's really something.
SOL.
Yeah. I hate this when it's happened. Let's see which one. This is for today. Yes, this one. Okay. Everyone can see it? Okay, perfect. I'm gonna make it bigger now. So,
And Luke, for your information, it does mark you as being present on the 12th of last month.
mhm.
Good, good. Thanks.
This is the agenda items. And here we go.
Would anyone like me to read the minutes, or are we okay with doing the screen?
I don't think I need the minutes read.
Okay, and
For
we
that
have
offer.
here action items, at least this one is.
Yeah, I can read the items. Provide time in the general council meeting to present opportunities for how to proceed with the transponder retreat, considering potential locations and attendance numbers. Item 2, bring the proposal to use ARPA funds to support attendance at the NARPA conference to the full council for approval. Item 3, bring the opportunity to offer a 4-hour or 8-hour ISP overview training to the full council for consideration. Next one, gather accurate attendance numbers for the Transponder Retreat Conference to determine the appropriate location and budget. Next one, receive updates from the ORR team regarding guidelines and rules for organizing an advocacy day to meet with state representatives. Is there any motions to accept the minutes?
Yeah, sure. I'll move to accept the minutes as they are.
Thank you, Luke. I'll second.
Thank you.
I have a quick
All those in
question.
favor? Go ahead.
Is the third bullet down, bring the opportunity to offer, is that ISP overview?
Oh, IPS. Yeah.
Or is that IPS?
Oh, yeah,
IPS.
it's IPS,
Okay,
intentional peer support.
that's what I thought, and I just wanted to make sure. I was like, is there something
Yes,
I don't
thank
know
you for,
about? Is there
yeah,
a thing?
thank you for catching them,
Good
Molly.
catch, Molly.
Yeah,
I will also abstain because it shows me as not here.
okay,
Okay, so Luke and I brought it forth, and we're the only council members present, so it passes.
thank you. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna stop sharing now so we can see each other.
And we have opportunity for public comment.
None right now. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, none right now, I guess. I'll fill in later after I hear you guys. So
okay, thank you.
Michelle, did you want to add anything at this time? Okay. Moving forward, we have in the agenda a status check with Folk Time concerning the transponder retreat needing a final count. Go ahead and take it away.
oh, no, go ahead, Michelle, because you're on board on that. Roger that. Like we're still at the retreat.
You're on mute, Michelle.
Yeah, so Walida, I wanted to give you a chance to start that off, if you wouldn't mind. Thank you.
Hello, y'all. So we just need a final count of who's going. And I know there's been like a whole bunch of email threads of names and stuff like that. And so we just want to be able to support you guys on finding the hotel and the exact number of people who are going, because you don't want to lose your money of head counts of people that are not showing up for the event. Also, we need to know exactly how many days for the conference room, because I guess it got changed in between, because I found out later that it was going to be half day on virtual, another day in person or something. So you guys didn't need the conference room. And I'm not quite sure if it would be easier if you guys make the reservations and then we just take care of it, or give us head count and then we will just move forward with the dates that you guys are giving us, names, and just lock it in. And so however you guys want us to do it, we will support you. But I know we just need to figure out something to make it run very smooth and easy. So, and Michelle, would you like to continue after that?
Yeah,
Or
and one of the reasons why is because when we were looking at a certain number, and so the rates that we got for the hotel and for the conference room was discounted due to that certain number of how many people were going to attend. But if there's going to be much less, then that changes the rates, and so we aren't able to go ahead and book it until we know exactly how many rooms are needed and the conference room, so that we can work on the budget with that.
Do you currently have a list of people who have already responded for both the council and also people at the Office of Recovery and Resilience?
So what I have so far is maybe 10 or 11 people, but we got quotes for 29 rooms. So, and we needed to have the contract to lock that in, signed by the 3rd of last week. So now we don't have that budget, and I mean, those quotes. So, moving forward, knowing exactly how many are going first and then booking it for that many rooms rather than.
I'd like to make a suggestion. To Wednesday is the full council. It's my suggestion that ISRA sends out an email saying that the due date and time is by the end of that meeting. If you want to go, whether you're ORR or council, that's when we need to know by. And after that, a person will have to book on their own and then ask for reimbursement for any hotel rooms. Does that sound like fair and reasonable?
I agree with that, but that's, yeah, I mean, that's, yes, I agree that works. And then also JD also talked about the carousel. I don't know if you want to give them information regarding about the carousel for the conference room space. And I know you can bring that to the team on Wednesday, but would you like to give them some information regarding about that? And hello, Rose.
Yes. Hi, Rose. I won't be at the meeting on Wednesday, so I'll need somebody else to carry this as a suggestion. But because we're not going to have a terrible huge group, there's potential for us to rent the side room at the carousel. It has whiteboards. It has the ability for us to sit at a bunch of tables and chairs. They have all that. But if we're going to pay for a conference room, we don't have to have it at the hotel we're staying at, and that was one of the barriers for getting a good hotel that wasn't expensive, or too expensive, I should say, was finding one in conjunction with a conference room. And then we get pictures of Isra on a carousel. I'm not mad at that idea. And we could have a lot of fun, and it's got access to fresh air and drinks and what have you. I think it might be a good idea to consider for the
Yeah,
conference space.
So I just want to say that the conference room price that I got for this was heavily, heavily discounted. So if we move forward with less people, we might not get that discount. It was from 500 down to 150.
Ooh.
So
That's a good
just wanted to
discount.
make you aware that the conference room at the hotels usually run at 500 a day. And so yeah, so I'm going to be getting new quotes and stuff, whatever, depending on how many people are coming and what you choose to do.
I'm just going to say, I think the more we can be solid on the details when we go to everybody and ask them, like, because so far we've changed the dates a couple of times and we've been in maybe Eugene and maybe Salem. And so the communication has not been super clear, which makes it hard for people to commit, I think. So if we can say, we're doing this retreat, it's in this town, it's on these days, you would get a hotel for these nights, then do you want to go? Because when we leave all, like, if it's fuzzy, then I can't schedule. And I'm sure that there are other people who also are like, if it's in Eugene, that's too far, but if it's in Salem, like, or whatever. So I think we need to solidify our plan. And we'll need to bite the downside of doing it that way is that there may be a financial thing that we need to, because we only have 12 or we only have 20 or whatever. But from a how we do it perspective, I think trying to schedule based on budget and then backfill people is not going to work.
No.
And so could we schedule and then figure out where we fit? So does that make sense?
Yes, thank you, Molly. We do agree with that. And because that was our biggest dilemma was finding something that was in a budget to be able to fit that many people. And that was the first process that we talked about regarding about the small budget that was putting in place, finding a lodging, and so, but yeah, we need to lock something in for you guys, or you guys need to do it yourself and then we'll just pay for it, whatever. But we will support you guys, on that, whatever it looks like. But we're really good at finding places. We just got to just have numbers and then let us go. And, because that was how we did it with the NARPA one. It was smooth selling. We locked it in, people registered, we locked them in and did it. And so we just want to support you in whatever that looks like. Thank you, Molly, for saying that, though. I agree with you.
Yeah, I think committing to the date and time and commitment of time, and then we can. And if by chance, like if every conference room is booked, then we'll have to come back and we can say Molly made us do it and I'll eat some crow. I'm okay with that. So what I would suggest is that we, in this group, solidify date, time, location, not location specific conference room, but location city, and then take that to the council. And the other thing that I would say is, from the time that we say it in the full council meeting, these are what we're doing, let's give people 7 days or 5 days or until the end of the week or something, so that people have a couple of days to check their calendars and make sure they can do it and commit. And my last suggestion is, maybe we could use a Microsoft form or a survey for people to enter their information to get it to Folk Time. I don't know if Folk Time, do you have like one of the survey tools? So could you make us a little pop-up survey that said, do you want to go to NARPA? Here's the date, here's the time.
Yeah, I can do that.
And here's the information that you want. And then we can just, at the full council, we can say there's a form to fill out if you want to go.
Yep.
And then ISRA can email the form out to everybody. And then if you don't fill out the form or send an email that says, I can't fill out the form, here's the information.
Yep.
Does that make sense?
Yep, I can have it because Wednesday is full council, isn't it? Or
Yeah.
Okay, we can have it by Wednesday. Survey
Yeah,
monkey.
I don't think it needs to be complex. I think it's
Yeah.
just, it'll just give you a repository for information. It'll keep it from being an email, like in
Beautiful.
15 email chains. 'Cause
Do
we
the poll,
do
yeah,
that. Yeah.
easier. Do the poll and send it for all OCAC members. I can send you with all information, Walita, the
Okay.
names and the emails for OCAC members.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
And I just want to clarify the dates that we're looking at are November 1st and 2nd. Is that accurate?
I
Okay.
think so,
So-
yeah.
So it would be lodging Friday night, potentially Saturday night for we want to have that be part of the questionnaire is what nights do you need lodging for? In Salem, And then what time on Friday do we have everybody showing up?
Normally check in after 4, correct, Ulita?
Mhm.
Yeah, so
Okay.
after 4, from 4 to like maybe, I don't know, 11, 12, there is check-in. And set,
And then are we all doing the online portion together on that day? I'm not
I'm
certain.
not sure about that. Rhea mentioned that in her email, and I think one of her meetings, she either the TIS or diversity, equity, inclusion, belonging one. She talked about the training online, but all of us, we don't have much information about that. Is it like gonna be sent before the training? Like this should have it, like OCAC members should have this link before the training, and they should do this online hours before going to the
Yes.
training or after training.
Mhm.
That's what we need to confirm.
So
Yeah.
if there is work that needs to be done before the training, we need to identify what it is, how many hours it will take, and when it's going to get done
Yes.
before, because that's part of telling people what we're going to do.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So JD, I have suggestion. After this meeting, maybe if you just try to connect with Rhea, CC'd me, Molly, Marquita, Walita, and check about all these details regarding the link for training. Michelle too, please CC'd Michelle too. The link, is it before, after the training, and specific time when we're gonna start on Saturday? Because what I heard before, I'm confused about this training. I heard it's 4 hours. It's not like that long. And then Rhea said, no, it's going to be 1 day, 8 hours. And I'm confused. I don't know which one is the correct information. So please check all information about the training. And then full council, we're going to share all information and discuss this and share the list of the name Walita already have, and said, if anyone interested, not included in the list, please send us your interest at the end of this week, and then we will go from there.
Okay. So may we have more details of when and where each aspect of the Transbetter trainings are? Thank you. Does that sound about right? Okay. And we wanted to have Michelle.
Lita, Molly, Marquita, Heather, the chair and
know
the
if
two vice chair.
If there is a pre-training work that needs to be done, and we can all do it together. I wonder if we can create space wherever we're going, in the hotel, wherever we're going, to do that together on Friday before we check in even.
I like that idea.
I'm like, homework that's not part of the retreat is gonna be challenging for me. So I'm like, if it's part of the retreat, if we get there on Friday at 1 and we do our 2 hours of whatever it is, and then we check in, and then we do the actual training on Saturday, like,
Yeah.
that's more organized, more focused. It also ensures we all do all of the training parts.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. Will we need to have space to do that?
Yes, I think so.
So does that look like needing to have the conference room for 2 days instead of 1 day? Conferences are expensive, that's what I'm asking.
Yeah, I mean, I think it would be, we would need it for half the day on Friday and the day on Saturday.
Whole day on Saturday.
Yes.
Okay,
And half on
Saturday.
Friday.
Whole day. Okay. And so, oh, sorry.
I'm sorry. Which half on Friday, like morning half or Afternoon half.
Evening half.
Afternoon half, because my guess is that people, if the training runs Friday and Saturday, people will come down Friday. If we're checking in at 4, maybe we do our pre-work the 2 hours or 3 hours before we check in, so that people can still get dinner and have a decent night's sleep before the Saturday training part.
So you're saying, I just want to get clarification. So you're saying, I'm just kind of throwing it out there. Ugh. Sorry, you guys, I am so tired. I have not slept yet. So you're saying check-in would, so 4 o'clock check-in, but like try to meet 12 o'clock, give you 1 o'clock. Yeah. And then, check in after that.
Do we want to
Okay.
do something like Subway sandwiches for the Friday?
Rose, you were shaking your head? Oh, okay, sorry.
You know, it just all seems so disjointed to me. There's too many unknowns. There's too many, well, I don't know. What do you want to do? Well, I don't care. What do you want to do? Well, what do you think? Well, I don't know. You know, where's the core group that, or where's the person who is bringing all this together? I mean, we don't even know what we're taking into Wednesday's meeting yet to ask for permission. I mean, we're still, everything is so disjointed. It just is confusing.
Thank you, Rose.
And
Thank
also,
you.
Walita, for the half day, if it's on Friday, it could be the training after the online training is after the training, the in-person training. So we need just to make sure when the training should be. Is it like before we go in person, or we can do it after that on our
I'm pretty
own
sure
time?
from the emails that said it was beforehand. Because that some of the pre-work was going to become relational to the in person.
Okay,
Pretty sure that's what I read in the emails.
okay.
Marquita, I see your hand up.
Okay, I think you guys kind of answered my question. I was like, why do we need to meet before? Okay, and then how long is it for the pre-training stuff?
I'm not certain of that answer.
I just
Okay.
put a suggestion in the chat.
Because I don't mind arriving at one because I'll beat traffic. But I was like, okay, what's the point? So, and is it gonna be technically cost effective? Because if we're meeting before we check in, doesn't that mean you'll have to find another space for us to meet in?
We would,
And
I mean,
I don't know.
hopefully when we meet with,
And what will we be doing in that meeting?
that's the
pre-meeting?
pre-work that we have to, apparently there's pre-work that we have to do before the
Well, and
conference.
yeah, and what is that? Can we be more? Yeah. See, we don't know anything. There's nothing is definite. There's
It's
no,
a link. It's a link, Rose. It should be sent by the trainer ahead before the retreat starts.
well,
So it's
but
an
if
online
we are to make arrangements for a group of people wanting to take a training, we should have all of the information. We shouldn't be sitting here 2 days before we're asking everybody to vote on if we want to do this or not. We should have the information so that we can pass it on and everyone will be informed on Wednesday. But even, I mean, we don't know the place, we don't know the times, we don't know the conference. I mean, there's so many
What-
things we just don't know.
What I have to say might help.
Yes, please.
If there's two locations, if there's two blocks that are needed and one is before check-in, I want to gently remind that the carousel space and the vision of meeting with that backdrop sounded delightful. And if it's just for a portion of the day, it might be more effective to reconsider the carousel space as an option as well. If there's two blocks that are needed, that might be the better way to go forward.
What's the carousel space?
Yes, thank you, Marquita. What's this mean? And
JD,
don't
do you
forget
want
it,
to explain what the carousel is?
and it's November and the weather is could be
Yeah.
not helping us. We need a closed place to do the work.
The carousel in Salem is an enclosed building, and it has a side room that would be a really awesome space for 20 people easily can do a conference or a training in there. And it's just a space. It's not the only space to look at, but it is a space that we could that has access to internet, and we could do the training potentially at.
Yeah.
So is this, oh, sorry.
No, go ahead,
Miss Isra.
Marquita. Yeah.
So is this do the whole training or are we still talking about only Friday? Okay, only Friday. My question is it such a bad thing if we all checked in by 4 and then use the space at the hotel? Aren't we doing the training at the hotel? They're giving us a conference room for free, right?
No?
No? They're
Conference
charging us?
rooms always cost money.
Okay, got you. Okay. I was just trying to understand because I think I missed the last one.
So, Marquita, so we did have a conference space for a reduced price when we first made the first reservation, but we didn't lock it in by September the 3rd. Because we didn't know exactly how many people were going to be going to the training. So now we're back to square one, looking for a location, plus looking for event space. So I am going to create a Survey Monkey by Wednesday so we can give it to the council, letting people know this is what you have to do by this certain time because we're going to move forward. And if people do not respond, we are going to lock in the hotel. And they're going to have to pay for it out of pocket of themselves, then get reimbursement or something like that moving forward, because we can't wait on everyone because we are losing our place and location. And also we need to find out exactly the process is for the training to be able to lock in the conference rooms and everything. So because there's just too much confusion that is going on. And so you're not the only one like really confused. All of us are. And we just want to make this really easy and enjoyable for everyone.
Mhm.
And so, yeah.
Thank you for that because that's the piece I was missing because last time I checked, we had a place. It was good.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay.
Okay.
I'm
Michelle
done.
wants
I'm
to say
listening.
something because this is Michelle's baby over here. So she has a lot of input on it.
Yeah.
So I am looking actually right now at the carousel and the rentals, and it looks like 2 hours is $1,500 and
For the
$200.
conference room?
What I see is packages, great location for any. This is the only. Yeah.
Michelle, can I help you
Because
with
their
that?
party space isn't the entire carousel, it's just the party
No.
space.
Okay.
JD, if you allow me. So for Friday, I can reserve the room 166 in Salem Building from 12 to 4 for all of you because Friday they are open, but Saturday is the problem. So I'm gonna work on that. I'm gonna reserve it now so no one will touch it. Okay, from 12 to 4 in Salem Building,
Perfect.
and then
Oh,
let's
good.
deal with
Yeah.
other things. Yeah.
Thank you,
good.
Isra.
Yeah.
Brilliant, Isra. That's brilliant.
That
And that
sounds
gives
great.
us
So
our
all we have to
place.
look at it. We
And
just have to look
Isra,
at
if I,
Saturday.
yeah, Isra, if I may put my 2 cents worth in, I would like it to be one of the rooms like the 130s, like 137. I don't know what the other numbers are. Something so that we could have access to the hallway and then directly into a room rather than going into,
Receptionist. Yeah.
yeah, going past the receptionist
No.
into the
Yeah.
building.
Yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
166. The room is when you go to the building is the one on the left. You don't have to go to the reception. The one is outside the building. So
Oh, yes, yes,
this is,
yes,
yeah,
yes.
this is
yes,
perfect for
Perfect,
us. Yeah,
perfect. Thank you.
yeah,
Perfect.
Yeah, that's the best one.
yeah.
Yeah, it is the best one. Yeah, perfect. Thank
Okay,
you.
this is done. Let's think about the conference, how many people will attend, and then about the online link training. We need to determine those three important things.
So
And in Salem, there is the convention center that has a hotel. And I bet anything at that hotel that they have smaller, not, huge. We don't need a huge room, but they have smaller rooms.
Michelle?
So that is another place I looked at, and the dates that we were looking at, they actually had no rooms available, no conference rooms.
Hmm.
So I think where we are is we now have a solution to Friday afternoon pre-work together. So our dates are solid. It is from Friday to potentially Sunday. So people have the option of staying until Sunday.
Yeah.
The conference will be or the work will be happening on Friday at 166, and then on Saturday at whatever hotel we end up staying at, we will be in Salem. And the next thing that we need to do is Walita's going to create our survey tool, and that survey tool is going to give us all of the information. Thank you, Marquita. I'm sorry I did not raise my hand. But that information will go to the survey tool, and then we can launch the survey in the full council meeting and give people a couple of days to fill it out. Yes?
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Do we need to make a motion to approve everything that Molly just said?
Oof. I don't know, JD, to answer your question.
So JD, do we need to make a motion to move forward with the transponder retreat, the survey from Lolita, and
Reserving the room on Friday.
reserving the room on Friday?
I will make a motion. Yes.
I second it.
All right,
Okay.
all in favor, aye.
Yeah,
All right, it
I was just-
passes.
I was just curious
Thank
if
you,
we're gonna do
Luke
this.
and everyone.
Luke, what did you have to say?
Luke, you are muted if you are talking.
Oh, I thought thought you heard me. I was just curious if we're going to do the same thing on Wednesday. If it's redundant asking for motions. If we decide it here, is it necessary to ask again on Wednesdays?
Of course, we'll bring it to the full council for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Isra, will you add that to the full council agenda under the voting section, please?
It's already there. We said we're
Thank
gonna discuss transponder information in the meeting. It's just maybe we will push it. I'm gonna put it the first thing after standing check-in for Jamie. So I'm gonna send email and say, please be available from 1 to 1:30 because we're gonna have maybe voted a few items. So one of them is the things for transponder.
Marquita, I see your hand up.
Yes, I was wondering, because Miss Rose had some great ideas and good points. Are we gonna make sure we have clear, clarifying information to present to the full council? Because it is kind of like, here's the link. It's pre training, but it's like, what is it? Just so everyone is clear, just so that we don't kind of have moments that we're having now in the full council. So people are like, this is what it is, and this is why. That's my question.
The best answer I have to the question of, what is the different aspects of the training? Most of those answers are going to be available either on the transponder website or through Rhea directly, because Rhea was the one who helped put the package together with transponder. And unfortunately, Rhea is not here to answer most of those questions. Unfortunately, I do need to get running. I have another meeting that I have to do. But I hopefully will see everybody here soon.
Okay. Thank you, JD.
Thank you, JD.
JD.
Yeah.
Good day, Turtle. Yeah.
I think this is the important item on the agenda for today. So if all of you agree to end the meeting, or if you want to discuss more things,
My hand's up for another subject.
yes, go ahead, Luke.
Just curious about the available attention of the council for other projects that could be utilizing ARPA. It seems like this project has been such a demand of attention. There hasn't been much for anything else. We tried to attend to a little bit of stuff in the full council meeting, and I think we all recall that it was just clear that there wasn't enough attention. It's just like a sponge; it can only absorb so much. So after December, when I time out, is it going to be possible to be able to interact with the council to bring some of this stuff forward? We only have until like July next year to utilize all the money, So I think the things that I had proposed were important as well. We just don't have enough attention to work on it all, I don't think. Offering incentives to people outside of the council to be involved with our projects, like the PSRB survey and selecting new members, we can all agree this is important, but don't have enough momentum and capacity to move forward with everything at once. So in the near future, I'd like to be able to bring that up. There's not enough time today. And also the emotional CPR. The brief version of IPS is really promising. I hope we can move forward with that. I also got the information of the figures for offering a training in Oregon for emotional CPR. So I want to be able to cover that in the future too, or interest. That's it.
I'm very interested in both of those for the council to have emotional CPR and IPS light, or the short version, or whatever it is, however you want to tame them.
Yeah. So let's just get it on the agenda for next month's meeting for this committee. I guess that sounds like a good plan. I don't think we can move on it any sooner, so that sounds good. I'll remind JD. Thanks. Anybody else have anything to?
I do. Just to follow about the IPS, I have spoken to Walida a little bit, but I have been in wedding mode, so forgive me, please. But I do plan to follow up with her this month, so that next month I can present the IPS training / retreat thing for OCAC to this committee, so that we could vote on it to see about moving put in a motion to send it to the full council.
All right. Thanks for doing that work, Marquita. Thanks for full time for this support.
No problem, Luke. We appreciate you.
Have a wonderful day.
Yeah,
Oh.
thank you,
Is
Luke.
there anything else that, Lolita, I see your hand.
Rose, I just wanted to ask you, how was the conference? No one ever asked you.
I didn't go to the conference. I got no information that I had been accepted. I got no information whatsoever about the conference. I did not go.
Oh, because it was sent out
Oh.
to everyone.
Well, guess what? I evidently,
I'm sorry about that, because
whatever reason, I got no information and I waited and
sorry.
waited and waited. I
'Cause
got
I
no
sent it-
confirmation.
I'm sorry, I sent it out to everyone that was on the list that I received, and I emailed everyone that was on the list of names that I received, and I sent it out exactly how it was inputted towards me. I'm sorry to
Huh.
hear that.
Wow, that's amazing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I said all weekend or all week stewing about it, waiting for somebody to acknowledge. There was no acknowledgement, so yeah, I just waited.
Drake, I see your hand up.
Yeah, mine is sort of a general request. I got here a little late. And just if somebody could just quickly summarize by list and things that we're working on in terms of funding.
The meeting today has been primarily about the transponder retreat that's coming up.
That's been finalized, right?
It has not been finalized, but we now have a plan for finalizing it at the next council meeting and collecting information about who wants to attend. So that was really the bulk of what we addressed today. And we agreed to put the other items on next month's agenda.
Okay. Does it say somewhere what the other items are? Is that listed somewhere? Are those listed?
I think some of them are in the meetup minutes from the last meeting.
Okay.
The
But no.
two items that I had brought to your attention are not, though. We
Okay,
didn't cover them last.
do you want to say them so that we can put them in?
Yes, Drake, one of these items would interest you because you have helped us to keep this in our awareness, and that is the new member selection committee needs to be formed, and that's part of our outreach activities. However, incentivizing some representatives to be seating in the 7-seat committee is important too. I mean, how many people are going to do it volunteer? Maybe I don't know. So there's also the PSRB survey and incentivizing people to participate with that. Giving people some support to be involved with our projects is important. I think we can all agree on that. The other one is the ECPR training. I do have the prices for offering training for emotional CPR, and that'll be tied into the transponder IPS line of trainings as well. So we can cover that stuff next month. Are you familiar with ECPR?
So Luke, I got new member selection committee and PSRB survey. Can they be incentivized is the thing to add.
Participation, yeah. Participation in our projects.
And participation be incentivized. I'm just putting it in the chat so it makes it into the minutes.
What might be a cool idea is taking the panel of outside representatives that are doing selection and having some kind of retreat with them that is small, that details kind of what their task is, and at the same time, kind of hooking up and connecting. I think that would be a worthwhile expense. So, of course, it would involve a wider group.
Yeah, first we need to outreach and connect with those potential candidates. So that's what I'm working on. And that's covered with our per diem rates. So that's a different topic. Yeah, thanks. If you're familiar with ECPR, I think it'd be great to have a training in Oregon. The other one, thanks.
Hi,
need to get going.
Rose. Oh, sorry.
Well, thank you. I need to get going. Thanks, everyone.
Okay. Hey, Rose,
Bye,
I just
Luke.
wanted to circle back on that. I can send you the correspondence that we sent you. And I don't know if you received it or not, because I'm really, really, really proficient about things that I do on that part. So I can forward you the emails that was sent to you regarding about that. And so we did send in everything, and I did add you to all the emails for your registration, stating that everything was in place. We used our address for the location because I didn't get any response regarding about addresses. And so we did set your guys' registration in place. So you were added into the email thread for that. I can forward that to you just to, clarify I did add you in there. We did not leave you out. Okay. All right.
Drake, I see your hand up.
That was from before. Sorry about that.
Oh, that's okay. All right, is there anything else that we want to add or address? And Isra, you saw I added in the chat just the items that had come up most recently. Is there anything else?
Like, that's all.
Marquita says nothing for her. Public comment would be Belita.
And Michelle.
Michelle's on OCAC.
No?
Okay. I think we're good.
Okay. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. See you soon.
Thank you.
Tomorrow,